Tesla just surprised us all and launched a brand new Model Y, bringing with it a ton of features that you are going to love. This is now the lowest price ever for the Model Y. It's a lot more premium than we thought it would be. No budget cuts here. But I still think with all the good, there are some reasons you might not want to buy this. There are some better deals to be had. There are some other things to consider. And there are 5 changes I think we need to talk about with this new Model Y, and especially why the Model 3 in some cases still might be the better bang for your buck. This one is going to get complicated. There is a whole lot of breaking news to talk about, so let me jump in a bit of a different way for this one. So let me kick this video off by telling you a bit of a story. So a couple of weeks ago, I was out in California filming and driving a bunch of different EVs for a series I'm working on with Recurrent. More on that soon. But I drove a Lucid, I drove a BMW SUV, Nissan, Chevy, and then of course, sort of near the end of my trip, the tried and true Model 3, and I was super excited to try this new Model Y. And this was my first time getting extensive time behind the wheel of different EVs of varying price points. Obviously, Lucid and BMW are on the higher end, and Nissan and Chevy are on the lower end, and there's varying configurations and prices and things like that. But my main takeaway after a couple of days was, wow, I like Tesla and I think they're great, and I am reaffirmed in that because the Model 3 and Model Y were definitely my favorite cars of the bunch. Definitely in terms of price and value, they are right in the sweet spot there, giving you a ton of, I'd say creature comfort. I wouldn't say luxurious features, but creature comfort features, lots of great technology, nice car designs, all for a really good price. And especially when you look at like Chevy's offerings and Nissan's offerings, and you look at the Model Y, I think there's a clear reason why the Model Y is such a popular car. At the same time, though, the Model 3 is tried and true and very inexpensive in the Tesla world. One of the big advantages that Model 3 has going for it right now that we're just not going to see on the Model Y for quite some time is that this is a car that is got most of its, kinks ironed out. It's now been in refresh mass production for over a year, so it's very refined. It's giving you basically the same features of the Y, but it's coming in not just at a cheaper price, but also the discounts and incentives on Model 3 simply do not exist for Model Y and likely won't for the foreseeable future. It's a 0% APR finance promotion or a $0 down lease payment. Of course, there's still title and taxes and fees and things like that. But if we come in here and do, $0 down, 24 months, let's just include taxes and fees here for the state of Pennsylvania, we're at $2,000 down out the door, and $392 a month. So under $400, taxes, title, fees, all that included for a really incredible vehicle. On the Model 3 Performance, Tesla now actually lets you get a couple of options for free. So you could do Stealth Gray for free, White for free, or Blue for free. You're still gonna have to pay if you want Diamond Black, Ultra Red, or Silver. But these 2 options here, White and Blue, were a paid upgrade until about a couple of days ago. So another little perk there for Model 3. And also, it's really the only Tesla right now in the lineup that's got actual discounts tied to it inside of inventory. So shout out to Dennis for finding this gem. He shows you how you can save even more with loyalty discounts and federal tax credits and things like that. But just right off the bat, Tesla's got this brand new Model 3 Performance they're giving a $5,500 discount to just because it's in inventory and they're looking to sell it. And one of the things I've loved to do recently is sort of give you guys a peek behind the scenes at how all this happens. I mean, you can see here I've got cameras and lights, and it's an entire apparatus that powers this studio and makes these videos run. I depend on really reliable hardware and software to make this magic happen. And for me, one of the most invaluable pieces of software that I use every single day is this video sponsor, UPDF, an amazingly powerful app for iOS, Android, Windows, Mac that sort of levels up your PDF, the typical experience of the PDF into an entirely new level. For example, one of the things that I love to do a lot on this channel is sort of break down PDF of Tesla reports and go dig into the delivery numbers and analyst numbers and things like that. With UPDF, I can easily highlight and annotate things, not only for my own personal research, but also sort of to show you on camera exactly what I'm talking about, something you just really can't do in sort of your standard built-in PDF apps. You've got a full suite of really powerful tools in here that let you edit, convert files, export PDFs, and one of the coolest things that I love and use all the time is OCR to PDF functionality functionality. Basically, this is optical character recognition, going through a standard PDF document, extracting the text, and then allowing you to highlight text and edit text. Another feature that has been incredibly cool to utilize on my end has been the PDF AI assistant. Basically, think about having like an expert with you as you go through a PDF, someone you can ask questions to, get summaries, mind maps, and so much more. Honestly, there is just so much to love about UPDF. It is a full-fledged utility packed with so many powerful tools. It just totally transforms the PDF editing experience. And also, it's got a really nicely clean interface that I appreciate. If you guys are interested, you can check out UPDF at the link down below. There's a special discount here for the month of May where you can get 38% off UPDF Pro. Plus, one license will cover you across 4 devices for seamless PDF syncing. If you want to check it out and learn more and supercharge your PDF experience, check out UPDF, available on all platforms at the link down below, and take advantage of that coupon for a limited time. Now, on the Model Y side, things just got interesting because not only is Tesla now running a special 1.99% promo, but yeah, the big story is there is a new model, a rear-wheel drive Tesla Model Y is here, at least in the North American market. This was available in other markets, but now is here. And there's a couple of things we got to talk about. Number one, let me actually just make this full screen here. Number one is the price, of course. You're looking at a price of $37,490 with the tax credit. Take the tax credit out, you're looking at $44,490. You're saving about $4,000 when compared to the other model. The other thing you're going to notice here is that it's got all the same options as the other model here. So you've got the same paint options, same wheel options, same interior options. And even the interior is going to give you the same stuff, same screen, same materials, same RGB lighting. What we'd seen from Tesla in the past was that their base model, and even in certain regions, this base model has not the full interior. It doesn't have leather seats, or it doesn't have the full RGB ambient light strip, or it has different materials, or it has, like we've seen in the Model 3, a subpar audio system. From what I can tell, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, that is not the case here. This has the exact same interior and basically the same exterior as the other sort of dual motor Model Y. Really, the only difference here besides price is you're getting more range, 30 miles of more EPA estimated range, a little bit of a slower 0 to 60. You're getting a better supercharging in 15 minutes than the all-wheel drive. And yeah, everything else is the same. Same speaker system, same powered seats, all that is here. The Model Y standard range seems like a very good deal. But again, for some of you, actually I might have to sort of change the thesis of my video. Maybe it's worth it. But I think for others, again, there are some other things we've got to talk about and other things to consider. Now, Tesla engineers and executives did have to confirm, because it's sort of obvious, that we are going to be getting some sort of Model Y performance, but it's not here right now, and we have no clear indication besides like sometime this year on when it's coming. So I think that, there's two possibilities here. If you are a performance-focused person, take it from me as someone who made the mistake and thought, oh, I don't need the performance, I'll just go with the long range, it'll be fine. I regretted it every day. If you want the performance, definitely wait for the Model Y performance just to see what that has to offer, because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And on the flip side of that is if you just want a good car and you don't want to pay more for more range or pay more for a better sound system and things you don't care about, the base Model 3 right here, this, let me pull it up here, this base long range all-wheel drive offering, you get 363 miles. Let's take away the tax credit. So even after the tax credit, you're in at about $42,490. Add the tax credit on there, and now you're, sub $35,000. That's a really, really, really good car. So why would you spend $7,000 more to get a Model Y if you don't care about some of those differences, which I think some of you don't. So just keep that in mind in terms of configurations. Now, of course, with that out of the way, there are like some apparent differences I'm sure you guys know about now. One's a hatchback, one's a sedan, one sits higher up off the ground. There's a little bit of a difference in the interior and things like that. But overall, they're very, very, very similar vehicles. And like I mentioned before, either one is going to be a fantastic way to go. But again, there are some small differences here you should be aware of. One of them that seems totally dumb on the surface and like you wouldn't give it a second thought, but I do think is a bigger deal right now than Tesla's letting on to, is the fact that the Model Y has a front bumper camera and the Model 3 does not. Now, on the surface, I'll say after using the front bumper camera, it is really nice. It is really convenient. It makes parking and navigating and just like driving much, much easier with that front bumper camera because you get that extra vantage point. And I think I'll even show up on screen here a clip of me. I went from the Y back to the 3, and then I was like wondering, where's that front bumper camera? I think I even swiped on the screen because I was like, what's going on? And oh yeah, there is no front bumper camera. Now, there are rumors that Tesla could add a front bumper camera to the Model 3 at some point this year, and I think there's a good chance of that happening. But as of right now, as of filming, and as you guys make your decisions, there is not a front bumper camera. And again, on the surface, it's like, okay, it makes navigating around easier. That's fine. What's the big deal? Well, I think there's 2 or 3 other little differences here that will become bigger as the years go on. Number one is that it is clear, or becoming increasingly clear, that front bumper camera has some importance with full self-driving. Whether that is full self-driving supervised or full self-driving unsupervised, Tesla doesn't just add things because they're nice. They usually add things like cameras and sensors because they absolutely have to. And it seems like there is some sort of play here with that front bumper camera into the full self-driving system. So if you're someone who wants the best full self-driving system possible, or you want to future-proof your car the most, that is going to be reason enough, I think, to go to Y, because unless there's some sort of upgrade path, which there may or may not be, there is no front bumper camera on the 3. The second thing, to that end a little bit as well, is that Tesla engineers have confirmed that front bumper camera was the missing piece for them to do a full, or a true rather, 360-degree top-down view, bird's eye view sort of thing that I've seen at a bunch of other cars. Rivian has it, Lucid has it. I think even the Nissan I drove had it. That was even a more budget-friendly vehicle. It would be super nice to have. I think that is sort of an example of updates we could see, like software updates and new features we could see come later that would only come to the Y, not the 3, because of that front bumper camera. Again, might not be a big deal for a lot of people out there, but I say that to say that if you're going to invest in a vehicle and you want to sort of have the best you can get right now, so you have the most life out of it over the next 5 or 10 years, I think that front bumper camera is going to be important. And again, it's only on the Model Y, at least as of filming. I think it'll come to the 3 at some point this year, but not right now. Also, sticking with that theme for a moment, there have been rumors, some substantiated, some unsubstantiated, that the Model Y is a bit more future-proof than the Model 3. For example, we know for a fact that the vehicle has brake-by-wire technology. You know how Cybertruck has steer-by-wire? That's the digital connection between the squircle and the wheels, and it can do crazy things. Well, brake-by-wire is something similar for the Model Y that could, again, with future updates, get even better. It could allow you to sort of adjust dynamically the regen braking, and it could just add new features later on, which would be cool. I've also seen some rumors that say that the Model Y was built with a specific upgrade path for wireless charging. So we know Tesla is heavily invested and testing their wireless charging setups for Cybercab. They have made direct references to the fact that they're going to bring that to consumers. If you're someone who might in the next 5 years want a wireless charger for your vehicle, I'm sure there'll be third-party options and workarounds and things like that. But I'm just going to tell you in full transparency, there has been talk that it's built into the Model Y and not the 3. Can't confirm it, just telling you what I've heard. Now, one of the biggest changes that, again, I think seems like a huge deal, but actually might not be, sort of the inverse of the or the front bumper camera, is the whole stock situation. So both vehicles, Model 3 and Model Y, are fully stockless when it comes to shifting the vehicle. So that right stock is gone. So for your shifting and your parking and things like that, you either have to use auto shift, so the car can intelligently sort of guess for you where it wants to go, or you can sort of do it manually by swiping on the screen. That's, sort of standard. You have to live with it. On the Model Y, though, Tesla didn't want to alienate everybody, so they left a single physical stalk for the turn signal, while the Model 3 has the buttons on the wheel, sort of like what we've got on Cybertruck, Model S, and Model X. Now, for some of you out there, I know this is a huge deal-breaking deal. I know some people are like, hey, no stocks, no sale, I'm not dealing with it, I don't care about the Model 3, it doesn't have a stock, whatever. Well, I should say, 2 things. Number one is I don't think that is a huge enough deal as many people are making it out to be. I think that once you try it for a couple of, days, you'll realize that the whole turning signal thing on the wheel isn't that bad. I use it on the S and the X all the time, Cybertruck all the time. It took a little getting used to, of course, but it's not a huge deal. So I'd try the 3 before you completely write it off. Second thing is that, of course, there are third-party options that exist. One of the companies that's not a sponsor of this video, just they make cool things, Enhance Auto, they make a stock solution you can add as a retrofittable option wirelessly seamlessly to your Tesla if you want to go that route. So if you really want the 3, but you really hate not having the stocks, you could go that route to add it. I'll say that when I was in the Y and I had it, I definitely think that it makes the transition between the old Y and the new Y a little bit easier, especially for those who are maybe, making the jump to their very first EV. It's just one less curveball they've got to learn. But it's sort of weird because it's not a traditional like full down, full up click stock. It's like a half click. It's almost like it's like a fake stock and only goes a certain reduced motion. Sort of weird to explain, but I thought that was interesting and sort of, I guess, gave you half of the experience. Like you had the half, satisfying physical nature of pulling that stock up or down for the turn signal, but it didn't go all the way, which is weird. It just felt like a half measure. And I will say that again, I know some people don't like the turn signal buttons being on the wheel and things like that, but given the fact that everything else is almost already on the wheel, I wouldn't make that a deal breaker for you, at least as much as you might think it is, because I don't think it's as big of a deal as you may think. But again, try it for yourself, see what it looks like for you. But I know that was a big criticism of the 3 and a big praise of the Y. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And let me just be clear to say this. I feel like I'm being very negative on the Y. I love the Y. I really, really love the Y. I love driving it. I've got nothing but good things to say about it. I just want to make sure that the differences between the 3 and the Y are clear, because I feel like a lot of people are pressured to buy the Y, even though I think they should probably wait for the other models, definitely the other configuration. So I'm just throwing that out there. Not to say, again, Model Y is a great car. Just want to make sure that the differences are clearly communicated, because sometimes it's not so clearly communicated in other videos. And then that kind of leads me to the other thing you should think about if you're looking at either of these cars, is that the Tesla lineup is about to change a lot over the next 6 months. As Tesla and Elon have confirmed that they are on track to start mass production of a cheaper version this summer. Current rumor says that that's going to be a cheaper model of both the Model 3 and Model Y, and could be launching as early as July with a 20% discount, putting it way further below in the $30,000 mark to pretty close to the $25-ish thousand mark with the federal tax credit included. And again, the reason I bring that up is to not say that, one is better than the other, but if you're looking at a Tesla right now and you're really looking to maximize your investment, I do think it might be worth waiting, because especially if the rumors turn out to be true and this cheaper Tesla, at least one of them, is a Model Y, but it's just stripped down with some things missing. If you want a Model Y, but you've got Model 3 price budget in mind, if you wait for this car, you might just be able to get the best of both worlds. You might be able to get a Model Y that has that bigger form factor. It's got the hatchback. It's got more of that versatility, but it's coming in at a cheaper price. Now, of course, there will be concessions you'll have to make. We're hearing right now cloth seats, no RGB lighting, no ventilated seats, no rear heated seats, subpar audio system, things like that. But if that means, 20 to 30% of a cheaper price, that might be the way to go. So again, maybe not as cut and dry as, 3 and the Y right now, but if you are looking at a 3 and the Y and you're looking at the options and thinking, I'd like to go a little bit cheaper and I'd be willing to sort of, I don't need the rear screen, I don't need this or that, I could go do without and have a little bit more money in my pocket, wait a couple of months, because we're hearing this summer we should see what those cheaper Teslas are finally going to be, and more importantly, how much they're going to be priced at. Okay, and for those of you who made it to this part of the video, I've got 2 things to say. Number 1, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Just want to say thank you very much for watching my video. Number 2, let me save you some money. And I've got 2 ways you can save big. Number 1 is you can save 25% off some amazing all-weather floor mats for your Tesla. I use them in all my Teslas. These are from 3W Liners. They've got an amazing design. They're made of super durable material, going to easily keep any sort of spill or mess or dirt or debris contained. And best of all, a little bit of water, a little bit of wiping them down. They look just like new, and they're going to be good to go back in your car. If you're looking for great protection, you're looking for great durability, and also I think a great value, check out what 3W Liners got to offer, and I've got a special coupon code for you guys, 25%. You won't find this anywhere else. 25% off the best floor mats for your Tesla at the link down below. They also, I guess I should mention, they've got Rivian. They've got coverage for like any vehicle on the road, including all the Teslas. So check that out at the link down below. And also a huge thanks to my friends at Tesla Emblems. If you guys want to save 10% off their super amazing customizations for your Tesla, that'll be linked down below as well. One of my favorites, I always get questions about these. These are custom key card wraps. They've got a bunch of different designs you can choose from. They also have charge port wraps and emblem wraps and other cool things. They're made of super high quality vinyl, super easy to install. And again, if you're looking for a great way to customize your Tesla in a unique way and also not break the bank, check out what they've got, and you can save 10% by using my special code down below. Check out all those savings and more at the link down below. Thanks to Tesla Emblems and 3W Liners for their support of the channel. And thanks again to you guys for watching. Enjoy some extra discounts and savings. All right, guys, so I want to know your thoughts down below. Model 3 versus Model Y in 2025. I've gone over the hidden secrets. I've gone over the changes. I'm sure you've seen a million of these, comparison videos, but what do you think about the subtle differences between these vehicles, and which one would you go with and which one have you gone with? If you're in this sort of decision-making process right now, which way you lean in, Y or 3, please drop a comment down below and let me know. And if you stayed at the end of the video and you want a free way to win some Amazon money, 3 simple things you got to do: like this video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and for that, we will do, what could be my keyword today? Just put in your, tell me when you got your Tesla. What year Tesla did you get your Tesla? What year did you get your Tesla? And what Tesla did you get? And I'll pick some people and do some Amazon gift card giveaways as a thank you for watching. So thanks guys so much for your support. Appreciate you all. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you in the next one.